I'm betting that you hit play on this episode because you saw the title Low Cost Marketing Ideas. And there are going to be times when all of us need some innovative ideas to bump up our leads and sales. It could be that you're going through an economic slump that's affecting your business, or maybe you're close to hitting a goal, but you need something creative to push you over the finish line. That's when these low cost and high ROI ideas are going to come in handy. Let's unpack 7 of those today. Here we go.
Welcome to the Higher Purpose Marketing Strategy Podcast. If you're frustrated by marketing and want to stand out from your competition, this is the show for you. Every week, we're discussing how to build a plan that attracts your best customers and aligns with your values. I'm your host, Ashley Conway, follower of Jesus, CEO of Be Weird Marketing, marketing coach, and copywriter. I promise to defeat the ick, yuck, and struggle bus feelings you may have about marketing with a few good stories and proven advice. So let's have fun and get to work.
Do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge of 2014 that benefited the ALS Association? That was 10 years ago, but I'm betting you still remember it just like I do. This was the premise. It was wild on social media and it went viral. The challenge was you either dump a bucket of ice cold water on your head or you donate to the ALS Association. The great part is so many people participated in this, and most of the time they donated and did the Ice Bucket Challenge. There were celebrities, there were CEOs, there were the everyday people doing this and challenging their friends to do it as well. And it raised over $100 million for the ALS Association. This was so innovative, so out of the box, and that's why we still remember it today, and yet it was so low cost. So just like that, let's dig into 7 other ideas that are low cost, also high yield, that will help you get across the finish line for your particular sales goal. Number 1, affiliates. Affiliates is mining your network. Anyone you know. These can be business owner friends. These could be current clients. These could be people who are just in your life that are very well connected, that already have a lot of ties to your target audience. What you're going to do is offer them some sort of a affiliate fee, whether it's a flat fee or it's a commission of the sale, that if they refer you to their network of people and those people end up purchasing from you, then the person that you know gets an affiliate commission. This works great in situations where you do have a large network and these people are very supportive of you, and they also wouldn't mind making a commission on the side with very low effort on their part. So what you would do is just to prepare some things for them to share with their network. You would prepare probably an email, some email copy, some text copy, maybe even some social media post as well as the graphics, so that they can share your particular product or service with their network of friends and colleagues. And that way it's a win-win. It's a win for you getting new customers in the door, and it's a win for them getting a small percentage of what you charge. That's number 1. Number 2, former clients. These clients that you have done business with, that they've had a great experience, that you consider them one of your best clients, these are the people you never want to lose, right? So go back to them, offer them something else, make the upsell, whatever it is that they bought from you. This is the perfect opportunity to tell them about your other products and services that you can also offer them. They already know you're great to work with. And it's so much easier and less expensive to sell to a customer that you've already had than to gain a new customer. So go back to them. And a lot of times there are things that you have added on, new products and services that weren't there when you worked with them the first time. Reach out, whether it's whatever contact information you have from them. Maybe you do a mailing, maybe you do an email, whatever that is, reach out to them and offer them a special promotion as one of your most valued customers, right? You can give them a small discount if you want, just to incentivize them even more. But these are warm leads who already know you and think you're doing a great job. Number 3, joint marketing. So you're going to look for businesses that offer something adjacent to you. So what you're looking for is a business that has the same audience as yours, but they don't do the same thing. So an example would be if you're a salon, you might reach out to a Pilates studio. They do something very different than you, but you all may share the same customer base. If you're a graphic designer, then maybe you reach out to a web designer or a copywriter, because though you do different things, again, you have the same audience. So what you're doing is sharing audiences between the two businesses. You may also want to offer a particular promotion to these people. So you're also going to need to come up with a suite of materials so that this other business can promote you to their audience. It works best when it's a business that has of a similar size to you. Like even if you sell something retail, you're probably not going to approach Target. You're going to find another business that's similar to you in size. Like I said, that's similar to you in audience. That is the one you will reach out to for this joint marketing opportunity. That may come in the form of an email that you send. It may be a special landing page on your website for that business's customers. There are lots of opportunities you have there, including social. That's number 3, joint marketing. 4 is your email list. So your email list should include a significant amount of warm leads. These are people who already know you. They're either former customers, they're people who have signed up for your free lead magnet. They've already expressed some kind of interest in you. So let's take those people and drive them to some sort of a purchase. It may need to be a low-cost purchase. And that's something that you should have in your suite of products and services, is something low cost that someone who hasn't purchased from you before would be willing to make a small investment and take a small risk and buy something low cost. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to create a series of sales emails driving them toward a low cost product, because this is the deal. Once a person becomes one of your customers, they're more likely to continue buying from you. So let's give them an invitation, so to speak, they can't refuse by making it low cost enough that it's low risk for them. You can also feed your social media followers and get them to join their email list so they will have this buying opportunity as well. Again, these are people who already know you. They like you, they trust you, and they would be willing to get on your email list so they can get those sales emails. Number 5, training or podcast interviews. So with this, you are still going to approach someone that has your same target audience, but in this case, it can be a bigger business. You are going to offer to do a special training for their audience, or you're going to pitch being on their podcast and offer something to their audience, including that maybe a freebie, a lead magnet at the end of the interview. This really works great for online businesses. So they are going to be sharing you with their audience. If you give them some kind of a lead magnet, a freebie at the end of that training or podcast interview, you also get them on your email list. Then just like the idea number 4 we just talked about, once they're on your email list, you follow up with, here is your free thing. Thank you for downloading this. And then here's a bonus opportunity kind of thing where you explain more about your low cost product and give them an opportunity to purchase. This type of arrangement is great for you because you are exposed to a much larger audience, but it's also great for the other person because they are providing extra value, education to their followers. And if you want to set up some kind of an affiliate arrangement with them, where if any of their audience members purchases a high dollar product from you, that they would get some kind of a commission, then that's an added bonus for them. So now we're in number 6. Let's talk about network. All of these opportunities that we have talked about before, the affiliates, the joint marketing efforts, the training or podcast guest interviewing, those are all dependent on the size and quality of your network. So even though this is a very busy time, probably a busy season in the life of your business, you also want to be taking the steps to enlarge your network. It's the time to go to conferences, get involved with groups, go to local events, whatever is available to you. This is the time to really dig into, building relationships so that you get to know these people and they can go into one of these other categories. You can have an affiliate relationship with them or do some joint marketing or train their audience, be on their podcast. This all depends on how much time you're willing to invest in continuing to expand your network. That makes all these other things more successful. So get out there, network, network, network. Probably just like you did in the beginning of your business, there are times to dip back and really focus on the networking. And number 7, this is the last one. Leverage your testimonials, your reviews, your before and afters. We live in a time that we all like to read reviews before we make any kind of purchase. And it can be something low cost, like a piece of clothing or something like that. It could be something high cost, like a coaching program, a mastermind, something like that. We all want to see reviews and know that other people have found success with this particular product or services. So testimonials, before and afters, reviews, case studies, these all need to be a significant part of your content strategy in this season of your business. So include them on your podcast, your blog, webinars that you do, all of your website pages, social media posts. Display these, tell the story of this customer's experience. Then at the end, your call to action is some kind of free consultation. It's some form of meeting with you to see how you could work together, no matter what you do. And the point of this is to tell these as a story. Former clients, like we talked about earlier, they are perfect to stay in contact with, because in times like this, you want to be able to reach out to them and to get their full story of what it was like working with you, and then to be able to feature that, because we want your potential customers to be able to put themselves into the shoes of these former customers and say, oh, I have a house like that, or my story's a lot like that. My life is a lot like hers. And to be able to see themselves in that role and to say, oh, I bet I would have the same great experience that they did. That is the point of testimonials, reviews. And if you have a business that is visually, there's a large visual component, then those before and afters are also huge, because you want people to see, oh, that looks a lot like my house or my body or my face or whatever it is, my hair. And I bet I could have the similar result, right? So this is the time to really lean into all of those, and they will really deliver for you. Now, homework. So if you're listening to this and you're not in this situation yet, where you're going through something and you need low-cost ideas that work fast, great. Pat yourself on the back. Prepare, because we know those times happen for all of us. So go ahead and make a list of these and say, 1, if I were going to reach out to affiliates, who would be on that list? Can I go ahead and prepare copy and resources for them? Former clients, who could I upsell? Joint marketing, same thing. Who are some, adjacent businesses that we have the same target audience that I could partner with? That way, when the inevitable does happen and you're in this situation, you're ready to go, and it's that much faster that you can get more leads in the door and increase your sales. If you're in this situation now, listen to this episode, share it with your team, and then have a meeting to discuss which 2 or 3 of these ideas you want to focus on. I would say, pick one as the priority. Completely focus on that for 30 days. Track your progress. Are you getting new leads in the door? Are they, top quality, the type of customers or clients that you want? And tweak and go from there and see what suits your target audience, what season you're at in business, and the types of things you offer. See which works the best, and then keep, tweaking from there. Now we're at one of my favorite segments in the show, listener questions. It's office hours time. Here is a question from Maggie. We recently had to cut our marketing budget, and now I'm looking for smarter, low-cost ways to maintain our marketing. Do you have any ideas? I do, and this one is slightly controversial. One of the hot things in 2024 has been the rise of AI, correct? In every area of our lives, but also in business. And AI is a tool that you can use in marketing as well. This is how I would recommend going about it. In my opinion, AI is only as good as the person who's behind the screen, correct? The person whose fingers are on the keyboard. You only get a good result if you give a really good prompt. So you can absolutely use AI to speed up and to simplify some of your marketing. It can do research for you. It can edit for you. It can edit for you on one side. If you've already created something, it can make it better or make it sound more like you. But on the flip side, if you just need something to start with, sometimes it's faster to edit something that's poor than it is to start from a blank page. Let's say you're doing social media posts. Sometimes if you just sit down at the blinking cursor, it is so hard to come up with something. But if you ask AI to give you 10 posts to start with, and you can just go back through and edit those, make them sound like your company, make sure they're very well targeted to your ideal customer, that they're addressing their pain points, that type of thing, then it can really expedite your content creation, which is a huge part of marketing, and a lot of time goes into that part. So what I would do is never just go into an AI tool blindly and say, write social media posts for me. This is what I sell. You have to teach it a little bit. You have to tell it who it is, like act like you're a professional copywriter, act like you're whatever the thing is, whatever role it is that you need it to fill. You start with that. Then you can tell it, can I tell you a little bit about my target audience? And it will say something, absolutely, of course, whatever. Then you go through and tell it as much as you know about your ideal customer. You go through the same process with, can I tell you about my products and services? You tell it about your business. You tell it the name of your business. You tell it, maybe the mission, the tagline of your business. Then you tell it about, like a overview of like your products and services. Then you have set it up for success. Then you can ask it to do this particular task. But even then, you're going to have to proof it heavily and do some editing to make sure it's exactly what you want. It won't necessarily sound like your brand voice. It may not do a fantastic job with your target audience, knowing the types of phrases they say, that type of thing. You may have to, go back through and heavily edit it for that. But Maggie, this is something that you can have in your tool belt, just another tool to try to expedite things at, no cost. That's a no-cost tool to try to help you generate more content with the same amount of resources that you have right now. So hopefully that answers your question and I trust is beneficial to you. So as we're talking about these low cost, high yield ideas, the biggest thing you have to keep in mind is you have to stand out from your competitors or it won't matter. If you're not top of mind or if they're not seeing your posts, if you're not already getting awareness from them, if they don't know who you are, it won't matter because it won't work. So that's why I've created this free 40-minute video training on 10 reasons you aren't standing out from your competition. You need to get it. You need to read it and keep these things in the back of your mind when you're working on all of your low-cost marketing ideas. You can get this free resource at bit.ly/marketing standout. And that's all for this week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. For all things podcast, including transcripts, extra resources, and a place to submit questions for the show, visit higherpurposemarketingstrategy.com. I'd also love for you to do me 2 quick favors. 1, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and 2, share this episode with your colleagues. And that's a wrap. Meet you back here next week.